Imagine a place where evolution took a different path, a land forgotten by time, yet bursting with life found nowhere else on the planet. This is Madagascar. It is more than just an island, it is a world of its own, floating in the Indian Ocean off the eastern coast of Africa. It holds secrets that go back millions of years. Madagascar is often called the eighth continent. This is not just a poetic description, it is a scientific reality. Over 90% of its wildlife is endemic, meaning it is found nowhere else on Earth. This simple fact makes Madagascar a place of immense global importance. To truly understand Madagascar, we must travel back in time. We must go back more than 160 million years. The continents we know today were fused together in one supercontinent. Scientists call this massive landmass Gondwana. It was a world of dinosaurs and ancient plants. Around 165 million years ago, the land that would become Madagascar and India broke away from Africa. For a while, they drifted together. Then, about 88 million years ago, another great split occurred. Nowhere on Earth is the story of adaptive radiation more beautifully told than through the lemurs of Madagascar. These enchanting primates are the island's most famous inhabitants, its crown jewels. They are not monkeys. In the treetops you might find the Indri, the largest of all living lemurs. It is famous for its haunting whale-like song that echoes through the rainforest canopy for miles, a powerful declaration of its territory. In stark contrast, hidden among the leaves is the tiny Madame Bertha's mouse lemur, the smallest primate in the world, weighing little more than a golf ball. Madagascar is honestly the world headquarters for chameleons. These reptiles are the undisputed masters of disguise, living sculptures that can change their appearance in the blink of an eye. Their color changes are actually a complex form of communication. When a chameleon spots an unsuspecting insect, it unleashes its secret weapon, its tongue. This incredible appendage is a biological catapult, longer than the chameleon's own body and can be fired out at incredible speed. 6 of the world's 9 baobab species are endemic to this island. These are not ordinary trees, they are ancient, majestic beings that seem to have been planted upside down. Known to the Malagasy people as Renala, meaning mother of the forest, in the island's deep south, the landscape transforms into something truly alien, the spiny forest. These sharp, jagged formations create a formidable yet breathtaking sight where almost every plant has armed itself with formidable thorns and spines. The true depth of Madagascar's biodiversity is found in its smaller inhabitants. The island is a paradise for frogs, with over 300 endemic species. There is the tomato frog, a brilliant red amphibian that secretes a sticky white substance to deter predators when threatened. As darkness falls, the geckos emerge. The satanic leaf-tailed gecko is a master of camouflage, its body perfectly shaped and colored to mimic a dead, decaying leaf. It is a ghost of the forest, a perfect illusion created by millions of years of natural selection. In a land without big cats, the role of top predator has been filled by a truly unique animal, the fossa. At first glance, it is a confusing creature. It has the muscular cat-like body of a small puma, a long tail like a monkey, and a face that looks somewhat like a mongoose. The fossa is an animal built for the hunt, perfectly adapted to pursuing its primary prey, lemurs. It is an incredibly agile climber, possessing flexible ankle joints that allow it to turn its feet almost backwards, enabling it to descend trees head first. When the first humans arrived on the island around 2,000 years ago, they entered a world of giants. The forests were home to giant lemurs, some as large as adult gorillas. Madagascar was also home to the elephant birds, the largest birds that have ever lived. They were hunted for their meat and their giant eggs, and their habitat was steadily cleared. Within a few centuries of human settlement, most of Madagascar's megafauna had vanished. We know of their existence only through subfossil remains. The first people to arrive here were not from the nearby African continent. Instead, they were intrepid voyagers who crossed the vast Indian Ocean in outrigger canoes from what is now Indonesia and Malaysia, a journey of over 6,000 kilometers. Over centuries, these two distinct streams of people from Asia and Africa met and mingled, creating the Malagasy people. Today, Madagascar is home to more than 18 distinct ethnic groups, each with its own dialect, traditions, and style of dress. For most people in Madagascar, their lives are deeply connected to the land and the changing seasons. The most important crop they grow is rice. Planting and picking rice are things everyone does together, following old traditions and having parties and special events. In the dry, thorny forests of the south, life is all about the zebu. This type of cow with a hump is a sign of how much money you have. Zebu are used for ploughing fields, carrying stuff, and are a big part of special events, especially funerals and other important customs. Every few years, a family throws a big party to honor their dead. They open the family tomb, carefully take out the bodies of their loved ones, and wrap them in new silk cloths. Then, with lively music playing, they carry the bodies high up, dancing with them and sharing family news. Life in Madagascar also has a complex set of rules called fadi. These are local or regional rules about what you can and can't do, say or eat. They can be connected to certain animals. For example, it might be fadi to hurt an eye, which some areas see as bringing bad luck. Music is the heartbeat of the island. One of the most iconic Malagasy instruments is the valiha, a tube zither made from a single stalk of bamboo. Its delicate, harp-like sound is considered the national instrument and evokes the soul of the highlands. Storytelling is a cherished tradition, the primary way that history, wisdom, and cultural values are passed from one generation to the next. In the evenings, families will gather to listen to the elders recount ancient legends, fables, and the histories of their ancestors. The greatest threat facing Madagascar today is the loss of its forests. From above, the scale of the problem is tragically clear. Vast swathes of what was once dense green canopy are now bare red earth. Smoke hangs in the air from fires set to clear land. Farmers cut down a section of forest, burn it, and plant crops like rice or maize in the ash-fertilized soil. The exposed red soil, no longer held in place by tree roots, is easily washed away by the heavy tropical rains, bleeding into the rivers. The island is one of the poorest nations on earth. The majority of its people live on less than $2 a day. For millions of families, survival is a daily struggle. Their primary concern is not the long-term health of the ecosystem, but finding enough food to feed their children today. This situation is made more challenging by a rapidly growing population. Madagascar's population has more than tripled in the last 50 years. This relentless demand is pushing people deeper into the remaining forests, clearing land that was once pristine wilderness. Madagascar is now facing another profound threat: climate change. In the south of the island, the effects are particularly devastating. The rains have failed year after year, causing widespread crop failure and turning farmland to dust. At the other end of the spectrum, the island is increasingly being battered by powerful cyclones that bring torrential rain and ferocious winds. They flatten entire villages and flood vast areas of agricultural land, wiping out a year's worth of crops in a single day. Across Madagascar, there are sparks of light, signs of a growing movement to turn the tide. One of the most promising approaches is community-based forest management. They establish tree nurseries to grow native seedlings and lead reforestation projects, working together to bring the forests back to life. The international community has begun to step in, providing crucial support for conservation efforts. International partners bring vital resources and expertise. They provide funding for conservation projects and bring scientific knowledge, helping to conduct research and develop effective conservation strategies. Ultimately, the long-term future of Madagascar rests on the shoulders of its youngest citizens. The most powerful tool we have to secure that future is education. For many children, this is their first opportunity to see a lemur up close or to walk through a protected area. These experiences are transformative. By empowering them with education, we are creating a new generation of guardians who are equipped to tackle the challenges ahead. They are the ones who will carry the torch of conservation forward, ensuring that the wonders of Madagascar remain a living, breathing reality for all time. Our journey through Madagascar is drawing to a close, but this journey has been more than just a tour of a beautiful and curious place. Madagascar is not just a distant island with strange creatures. It is a vital part of our world's natural heritage. The island is a living laboratory of evolution. Within their DNA could be the secrets to new medicines, more resilient crops, or a deeper understanding of our own evolutionary past. When a species becomes extinct in Madagascar, a chapter of Earth's history book is torn out forever before we have even had a chance to read it. The story of Madagascar has now reached a critical turning point. The island stands at a crossroads, and the path taken in the next few years will determine its fate for centuries to come. One path leads towards continued destruction. The other path is more difficult, but it leads to a brighter horizon. Making this choice is not the responsibility of the Malagasy people alone. The world has a moral obligation to help. The choice, therefore, lies with all of us. We can choose to be part of the solution. Despite the immense challenges we have witnessed, the final message from Madagascar is not one of despair. It is one of profound and resilient hope. This hope is embodied in the tireless work of conservation heroes. Our 30-minute journey is over, but the story of Madagascar continues. It is a story that invites us not just to be spectators, but to be participants. If we can succeed in saving this most unique of places, we will have sent a powerful message of hope to the entire world, proving that it is not too late to heal our relationship with the planet we all call home.